2016, fella. Hundreds of millions of people walked into streets, forests, backyards, shopping malls, phones out, chasing fictional creatures. Pokemon Go, the most downloaded app in history in its first month. And while everyone was catching Pikachu, every single phone was scanning buildings, streets, interiors, alleys, forests, parks, and the inside of your home if you walk inside to catch one. 30 billion real-world images collected, processed, stored, with the most detailed 3D map of planet Earth ever assembled. And you built it for free.
You paid a subscription to scan the planet for a corporation. In some cases, literally pay them microtransactions to do the labor. The audacity is genuinely impressive.
Peter, Pokemon Go was just a game. Niantic made money from advertising and microtransactions.
Niantic made something more valuable than money. Cleveland, the Pokemon weren't placed randomly. Locations with less existing scan data got rarer Pokemon. The rarer the Pokemon, the more determined the player. The more determined the player, the more remote the location they'd travel to scan. Behind dumpsters, inside forests, on private property, in the middle of the night. Google spent millions sending Street View vans to map roads. Niantic convinced millions of people to map everything the vans couldn't reach for free. Then in 2025, they sold Pokemon Go, kept the map, spun off the geospatial AI into a new company, Niantic Spatial. They didn't need the game anymore. The data was already collected.
What they built is called a large geospatial model, the map equivalent of a large language model, the technology behind AI chatbots. Except instead of predicting language, it predicts physical space. An AI trained on this data can navigate any environment on Earth down to the centimeter, without GPS, stored locally inside a machine. No overhead signal needed. A robot or autonomous system using this model doesn't need to connect to anything. It already knows where everything is.
The navigation system for autonomous machines that can move through the physical world without GPS or external signal was built by people chasing cartoon animals with their phones. That's the most elegant data extraction operation in corporate history.
But people agreed to this. It was in the terms of service.
Nobody reads the terms of service, Cleveland, and Niantic isn't alone. With every time you've seen a Recaptcha, click all the images with motorcycles, click all the images with traffic lights, you were doing the same thing. People spent 819 million hours solving Recaptcha puzzles. Researchers valued that time at $6.1 billion in lost wages. Google collected it for free and used every solved puzzle to train its AI. Google offered Recaptcha to businesses for free. Businesses installed it. Their users then solved the puzzles. And every puzzle solved taught Google's AI what a motorcycle looks like, what a stoplight looks like, what a crosswalk looks like, and from every angle, in every weather condition, in every city on Earth. You trained the navigation AI of autonomous vehicles for free while trying to log into your email.
The pattern is consistent. The most valuable AI training datasets in the world aren't being assembled in data centers. They're being built by users who have no idea they're building them. Amazon, Mechanical Turk, image classification, face app, facial recognition training. Every fun consumer product that asks you to interact with the physical world is extracting something. The product is always free because you are always the product.
You are not the customer. You are the unpaid contract. The terms of service is your employment contract. You signed it without reading it. Congratulations on your new position.
So where does this actually lead? What do they do with a centimeter-precise 3D map of the entire planet?
That's the question nobody's asking loudly enough, Cleveland. An AI system with a centimeter-precise map of every environment on Earth, combined with autonomous robotics, can navigate any space without human input, any building, any city, any home, without GPS, without external signal, without anyone knowing it's there. The military applications alone, autonomous drones that don't need satellite connection to navigate, were being developed in parallel with Pokemon Go's data collection. The DARPA programs running during exactly those years were specifically focused on GPS-denied navigation, which is exactly what a large geospatial model solves.
Palantir, Anduril, Shield AI. Private companies founded by Silicon Valley veterans. Now primary contractors for U.S. Department of Defense autonomous systems. They don't build consumer apps. They buy data from companies that do. The pipeline from Pokemon Go to a DARPA contract doesn't require a direct relationship. It requires a data broker. And that industry is entirely unregulated. And the civilian layer is just as significant. Every self-driving vehicle program, Waymo, Tesla Autopilot, every robotics warehouse system requires precisely this kind of environmental data. The companies building these systems needed the map before they could build the machines. Pokemon Go was the map. Recaptcha was the object recognition layer. Between them, the two most successful crowdsourced data collection operations in history. The physical world was digitized, not by satellites, not by government programs, by people who thought they were playing a game and proving they weren't robots.
The digital replica of the physical world, built at centimeter precision, was assembled by the public, who were never told that was what they were doing, who in many cases paid for the privilege. The infrastructure for autonomous machines to navigate human environments without human awareness is complete. It was completed by humans, who had no idea.
Here's what I actually think, fella. This wasn't accidental. The game mechanic that placed rarer Pokemon in less scanned locations, that's not game design. That's data engineering. The Recaptcha categories that showed crosswalks and traffic lights and motorcycles. That's not security. That's a training pipeline. And they needed a map of the physical world at a scale no corporate program could afford. So they built a game and a security prompt and let human psychology do the rest. You didn't play Pokemon Go, fella. You worked for Niantic. You just didn't know your job title.
You mapped the planet. You trained the navigation AI. You taught the machines what the world looks like. You signed the contract. You pay the microtransactions. Game sold, map kept, company renamed. Thanks for your service.